Namaste and welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua and thank you for coming to this practice. You'll want to have a couple of blocks, a strap, a blanket, and a bolster, or any substitutes for those items. Just the more kinds of props you have around, the more options you'll have to get comfortable in our restorative and yin postures. So find a way to sit that allows you to feel tall on your spine, rooted in your pelvis, and relaxed in your whole body. Take a moment to mentally and physically arrive. I want to share one of my favorite excerpts from this book, which I haven't read in a very long time, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose, by Eckhart Tolle. And he says, how to be at peace now by making peace with the present moment. The present moment is the field on which the game of life happens. It cannot happen anywhere else. Once you have made peace with the present moment, see what happens, what you can do or choose to do, or rather what life does through you. There are 3 words that convey the secret of the art of living, the secret of all success and happiness. One with life. Being one with life is being one with now. You then realize that you don't live your life, but life lives you. Life is the dancer and you are the dance. I find that both beautiful and humbling to remember that while our mind wants to control so many things and even resist things that we find unpleasant arising in the present moment, ultimately, we are not in control, at least of those external circumstances, but we are in control of what's happening within us. So how do we bring trust into the present moment? How do we trust what is unfolding? Especially when it feels very much out of our control. These yogic practices are huge in supporting us in cultivating that ability to embrace what's here right now. Remember that suffering comes from resisting what is happening in the present moment. So let's begin by accepting what's presently happening within ourselves by taking a moment to check in. You might close your eyes, invite you to start mentally scanning all throughout your physical body to become more aware of the life that is happening in your body, which you can notice through different kinds of sensations like tension, sweatiness, pulsing, all kinds of sensations. And by not having to label them as good or bad sensations, we can allow ourselves to have an open mind to just be with the life that's happening here now. And let's do that with a breath. Notice anything you feel in your breathing right now without controlling the breath. As you feel your breathing, what do you feel about your energy? And now let's observe our minds. What kinds of thoughts happening in your mind? What is the state of your mind? Notice any emotions you're experiencing. Now let's begin to deepen the breath, filling up through the nose and releasing through the mouth a few times. each new breath becoming slightly deeper. Now I invite you to call to mind something you feel gratitude for in this moment. Gratitude is a powerful way to open our hearts and open our minds. Now begin to clarify your intention or personal prayer for your practice. And then think of somebody besides yourself that you might like to dedicate your practice to today as a way of offering your efforts that you exert in this practice for the benefit of somebody else. And together, let's join our voices, chanting Om 3 times to open our practice together. So let in a deep breath. And continue to slow your breath down as we begin a practice for regulating our nervous system. It invites focus and calm while balancing your energy, and it's called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breath. So closing your lips, if you can, continue to breathe just through your nose and create a soft whispering sound that you can listen to in your breathing by gently narrowing the back of your throat. As you listen to the sound of your breath, take your time to breathe in fully and to breathe out just as slowly, balancing the breath in and out. So you're now setting a slow and steady rhythm that will move our bodies to in our vinyasa flow first portion of our practice. And keep tuning into the sound of your breath, and let's gently make our way to the top of our mats. You might place a couple of blocks in front of your mat for our sun salutations. Step your feet hips distant or wider apart and parallel to each other. And since we're going to be focusing quite a bit on bringing your shoulders and your hips into extension, let's start with the shoulders by clasping the hands behind your lower back. Now, if it's easier to lift the arms further away from your lower back by holding a strap like this between the hands, then try holding a strap instead. As you breathe in, draw the shoulders down and lift your heart. As you breathe out, bend your knees generously, tilt your weight forward and bow from your hips. Relaxing your neck, continue to stretch the arms forward and lift the shoulders away from your neck. You might give your body some gentle movements like shaking and nodding your head, swaying the spine, slightly straightening one leg and the other. Keep listening to your breathing. Keep regulating your energy by regulating your breath. Bend your knees a lot and lead with your chest. To inhale, slowly rise up. And now let's join the hands in prayer at your heart center, preparing to start our sun salutations. or Surya Namaskar, a way of offering gratitude to the sun, which sources us energy. So let's begin with sun salutations. C. On your inhale, sweep your arms forward and lift your heart towards the sun. As you exhale, bow forward from your hips. Place your fingertips on the ground as you inhale to step the left knee behind you into a kneeling lunge and look up. Hold your breath as you step to plank pose. Then exhale, lower your knees, then chest, then chin in Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward and soften your shoulders back in Cobra pose. Exhale, tucking your toes, lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb and lower your right knee, gazing up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Root down through your feet, inhale, rise, drawing your shoulders back and down. Exhale, gather your palms in prayer at heart center. Side 2, inhale, sweep your arms forward and look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Plant your fingertips. Inhale, step the right knee back this time. Look up, Anjaneyasana. Hold your breath as you step to plank pose. Then exhale to Ashtangasana, lowering knees, chest, then chin. Inhale to Cobra, drawing the shoulders back, Bhujangasana. Exhale to Downward Dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left knee down and gaze up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and bow. Root down to your soles. Inhale, rise, softening the shoulders back. Exhale, center your palms in prayer. Let's move on to Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, gazing up. Exhale, bow forward. This time, press your hands on your blocks or the ground and inhale, lengthen your spine forward to half forward fold. Step into your version of plank with legs straight or knees down and engage the belly as you exhale to shift forward and lower halfway down, hugging the elbows towards your ribs in Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale either into Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Let your body be still as you tune into 2 deep breaths, steadying your eyes on one spot. When you've emptied the second breath, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your hands in mountain pose. One more time, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen forward. Either step to plank, float to Chaturanga, or lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for 2 breaths. When you've emptied the second, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your hands in mountain pose. Let's step the feet together to touch. We're gonna move partially through Surya Namaskar B, adding some standing balancing postures. On an inhale, bend your knees together to touch. Lean back towards your heels in chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, shift your weight forward and fold into Uttanasana. Press with your hands and inhale, lengthen forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Insert your vinyasa here, following your breath. Now when you arrive in downward facing dog, inhale, raise your right leg behind you. As you exhale, bend the knee towards the sky, turn out the thigh at the hip. As you inhale, draw the left hip back. And as you exhale, bend the right knee high towards your nose, engaging your abdomen round the back. Softly step the foot beside right thumb and spin the left heel down. Inhale to rise in warrior one. So as you square both hips to face forward, straighten the back leg and bend the front knee just over the ankle. Let's backstroke the arms. We're going to enter humble warrior here. So interlace the fingers again or hold the strap. As you breathe in, drop the shoulders behind you. And as you breathe out, begin to bow forward, either resting on your right thigh or lowering your head towards your inner ankle. Keep squaring your hips, so draw the right hip back, let your head rest down, and as you're stretching the arms forward, lift the shoulders away from the neck. A few more deep breaths. Letting the calm, balanced flow of breath support you in being open to what's arising in this present moment. Practicing being one with life as it is unfolding. Now take your strap as you rise back to warrior one and just place it around you like a scarf around your neck. Start to join your hands in prayer and shift forward to step on your right foot. Bend the left knee in front of you. Flex the foot to help you steady your balance. Balance the height of your hips. Keep breathing. Backstroke your left arm. Right hand is on the right hip. And drop the left knee to hug the right knee. See if you can reach hold of your left foot or ankle. If it's not reachable, that's where the strap comes into handy. We can place it around the ball of your left foot and hold the strap with your left hand like this. Now, draw your tailbone down towards your inner right knee. Keep your two hips facing forward and start to kick your left foot back as if you're entering warrior three. While pulling it towards you, open up your chest. Raise your right arm up. Maybe bring thumb and first finger to touch, mudra to help concentrate, and continue to kick the foot back while you lift the heart up. This is called dancer pose, or in Sanskrit, Natarajasana. Tune in for a few last breaths. Slowly step the ball of your left foot back behind you and lower your back knee. Let's prepare for a kneeling lunge twist, or a variation of Parita Parshvakonasana. Cup the top of your right thigh with your right hand and root down to your right leg as you inhale to lengthen your spine forward. Now, as you twist to the right, either lower the left hand on the ground or a block inside of the front foot, raise the right arm up, or if your balance feels very stable and you want to go deeper, hook the left elbow outside of your right thigh, where you can either join your hands in prayer, open your arms apart, or bind, for those of you that practice binding. Now, as you breathe in, continue to root down through your legs and stretch your spine forward. Relax the shoulders down the back. As you breathe out, continue to rotate your rib cage deeper into the twist. Keep your hips leveled, even if you decide to lift the back knee so that your legs are in a high lunge. Last couple of breaths in this variation of twisting side angle pose. Staying in your twist, look down at your right foot. As you exhale, lower your hands from plank into your vinyasa or cat-cow, or go straight to downward dog. Pausing in downward dog, listen to 2 deep breaths and notice what you feel in your body. What you feel in your mind. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. As you exhale, bend the knee and turn out your left thigh at the hip. Staying here, inhale, draw the right hip back. Now, as you exhale, round forward to plank, bending the left knee high towards your nose. Then quietly land the foot beside your left thumb and spin your right heel down. Inhale to rise up to warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. So as your 2 frontal hip bones equally face forward, straighten your back leg, pressing the outer heel down, and bend the front knee just over the ankle. Let's backstroke the arms and switch the interlacing of the thumb and index, or hold a strap for humble warrior. As you breathe in, coil your chest up. And as you breathe out, begin to bow forward, either resting on your left thigh or lowering your head to the inner left ankle. Keep drawing the left hip back, rotating the right outer hip forward, and then try to relax your neck. As you're stretching the arms forward, bringing the shoulders into extension, soften the jaw. One more deep breath. Now, you probably have a better idea whether or not you're going to use a strap for dancer pose. So grab it on the way up to warrior one again if you need it. You can wear it around your neck. And then join your hands in prayer and shift forward to stand on your left foot. Bend the right knee in front of you and flex the foot. Find your balance in your hips. Keep your breath steady and backstroke your right arm as the left hand holds the left hip. Take hold of your right foot or ankle, either with your right hand or your strap. Kick the foot back and turn the right hip forward as you pull the foot towards you. Lifting your heart, left arm too, maybe the left thumb and index fingers to touch in dancer pose. Tune into your breath. Slowly step the ball of your right foot back to a lunge. Then set the right knee to the ground for a twisting lunge. Cup the top of your left thigh with your left hand. And inhale as you root down, lengthen your spine forward. Keep the pelvis still and exhale, begin twisting to the left. How did you enter the twist on the first side? Hand inside the leg, top arm up, or hook the elbow outside the thigh, hands in prayer, arms apart, maybe bind. Then continue to explore with each breath. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, grounding through the legs. As you exhale, keep the pelvis still and continue to turn the rib cage. Listen to a few more cycles of breath here in Parita Parshvakonasana. Look at your left foot, lower your hands, and take your last vinyasa if you would like one. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Pausing for 2 deep breaths. Notice what's happening within you right now. Practicing being with what's here in this present moment. Empty the breath before you walk or jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Let your feet touch, then inhale, lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees together, inhale, chair or Utkatasana. Exhale to rise, mountain pose. Take a moment here to just observe a little bit more. Being in stillness and noticing life flow through you. And from here, please take your 2 blocks. And we're going to go right into a supine hero's pose in combination with a supported shoulders and extension back bend fish pose. So first of all, have the blocks off to the side. Let's actually place 1 block tallest height at the rearmost end of your mat. And the second block medium, second level height, either going across the width of your mat, where the blocks are spaced apart maybe 5 to 6 inches, or tracing the lengthwise midline of your mat, where the blocks are spaced apart maybe 1 to 2 inches. When you lie back, you can decide what feels more suitable for opening up your shoulders and increasing the breath in. So, the length of the breath in. And then have a seat so you're facing away from the blocks. You're closest to the lowest block. And either you're sitting on your calves, sitting on, if you need some knee support, so you're not bending the knees so much, you could fold up a blanket or roll it up. The thicker it is, the more support you're giving your knees, so your knees don't need to bend so much. And you can place that right behind the backs of the knees. If it feels comfortable enough to sit on your calves, you might explore if it feels comfortable enough to gently roll the calves aside and sit on the ground directly in between your ankles. Now, to safely align your knees, make sure that your toes are all pressing the ground. You're not turning out your feet, you're not turning in your feet. And then once you've decided how to set up your legs, make sure that it's in a comfortable enough position, because we're going to be in this posture for 3 minutes full. Start to lean back and aim to land the area that's right beneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades onto the closest edge of the closest block. Now, if the blocks feel too far away because your quads or your hip flexors are really tight, you could place a pillow on top of these blocks. Whoops. And turn it into like a reclining chair, right? So this pillow is slanted down towards your pelvis. You could place a couple of pillows, make it as high as you need to catch you comfortably. And then make any adjustments so that it feels like your two shoulder bones are dropping back of the neck is long, front of the neck is open, and there's symmetry in your shoulders, left and right. To help open the fronts of the shoulders even more, you can rotate the upper arms towards the ground and turn the palms to face up. All right, and now I'm watching the clock for 3 minutes as you continue observing your breath, your sensations, where your attention goes. Allow for a couple more slow breaths where you are before you start to move slowly. And take your time lifting your torso. Give it a few breaths as you're rising up. And when you do arrive sitting upright, bring the legs straight out in front of you. Sitting tall in Dandasana or stick pose. You might want to give your knees a gentle circular rub. You might want to give your feet some movement at your ankles, because that was also a deep stretch in your ankles. Deep, deep inhalation. Stick out your tongue, open your mouth wide. Release any sound that wants to move through. One more lion's breath or Simasana Pranayama. Deep, deep inhalation. Let it go. Close the lips and continue to whisper a gentle in and out flow through the nose. All right, let's set up for twisting Janu Shirshasana or Parita Janu Shirshasana. So you may want to place a strap around the ball of your left foot as we keep the left leg straight. Turn out your right thigh as wide as you can possibly turn it out, bringing the right heel towards your groins. Hold the strap in your right hand, and as you flex your left foot by curling the toes back towards your shin, also kick the foot against the strap. So two kind of contrasting things. Give yourself enough slack as you hold the strap in your right hand to be able to relax the shoulders. Place the left hand outside of your left leg and press your two sitting bones down as you breathe in to lift from the bottom of your spine to your crown. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Now, as you exhale, turn your chest to face towards the outer side of your left leg and start to bow in that direction. As you inhale, pause where you are, press the pelvis down some more, and stretch the spine in that direction. As you exhale, you might continue to bow, only if you can still relax the shoulders and have natural space throughout your neck. One more deep breath. Press down to your pelvis. Breathe in to slowly rise, removing the strap from your left foot and placing it on your right foot. Turn out your left thigh as wide as you can from the hip and bring the left heel towards your groins. Hold the strap in your left hand, relaxing the shoulders. Right hand is on the ground outside the right leg. Press down with your pelvis and lift up to your spine as you breathe in. Exhale, turn your chest to face the right side of your right leg and start to bow in that direction. Pause as you breathe in to root down to your two sitting bones again and stretch the spine a little more. Folding as you breathe out, only deeper if you can keep your shoulders relaxed away from your neck. Tuning in for several more breaths here. And press down to your pelvis. Breathe in to slowly rise, removing the strap. Okay, let's put the blocks away from behind you if they're still there and come on down to your back. Bending your knees, step your feet apart, wider than hips distance, and drop your knees both to the right side, pointing your left knee down the center line of the lengthwise of your mat. Pause here. Observe your body, specifically in the area of your left hip and the left side of your lower back. What do you feel there? If you're not feeling much, then try placing your right ankle just above your left knee onto your left thigh. Now notice what you feel. If it becomes too intense, then you can place the right leg back where it was. Or to change things up some more, you could raise the arms overhead and hold opposite elbows, dropping the arms back and relaxing the shoulders down the back. Notice your breathing again. Let your practice of mindful breathing help you to continue to be present with what's happening in the moment to moment within this pose. One more deep breath. Now gently step your feet on the ground again, wider apart than hips distance, keeping the knees bent. Just pause, a couple of breaths. Notice what you feel in your body. Now let's drop the knees both to the left. Point your right knee down the center line of your mat and pause. What are you feeling around the front of your right hip and the right side of your lower back? Respond to that by either staying here or adding on, in which you could place the left ankle just above your right knee onto your right thigh. And if you were crossing your arms earlier, you might switch the cross of the arms on top. Come back to noticing the breath and letting the breath help you to be present in your body, observing what's happening. One more deep breath. And then uncross your legs and step your feet on the ground again. Pause here as you relax the arms. Observe what's there to notice in breath, body, mind, emotions. Please find a gentle way, maybe it's turning over to one side, to lift yourself up to a seated, comfortable position. Let's practice one more pranayama before we let go of controlling the breath. So find a way to sit that allows you to breathe well, where you can feel alert and relaxed at the same time. I invite you into Durga Pranayama, or three-part breathing, which is another breathing technique to relax the nervous system while helping you to be present. All the breathing techniques do that. So Durga Pranayama goes like this. Imagine that your torso, which is from your pelvic floor to the top of your neck, is divided into 3 cross sections. The first cross section is from the pelvic floor to your belly button, all the way around. The second or middle cross section encompasses most of your rib cage. The third or top cross section includes your chest, upper back, shoulders, and neck. We're going to inhale 1/3 of the breath into the first section, then pause. We'll inhale again into the second section, then pause. We'll inhale last time into the top section, hold the breath while relaxing your body and observing how you feel. And then we'll exhale very slowly through the nose and hold the breath out while relaxing and observing. That's 1 cycle. Let's practice 3 cycles of Durga Pranayama together and continue 3 cycles on your own, and then notice how you feel. So to help delineate the 3 parts, you could place a hand on the chest and a hand below the belly button, and maybe close the eyes so you can visualize where you're breathing into. Sit tall and relaxed. Prepare to start by breathing in fully and opening the mouth to clear it out. Then close the mouth, just breathing through the nose. Inhale 1/3 into the first section. Pause. Inhale 1/3 into the middle. Pause. Inhale 1/3 into the top. Hold your breath, relax, and observe. Exhale very slowly, everything out. Hold the breath out, relax, and observe. Cycle 2. Inhale to the first section. Pause. Inhale into the middle. Pause. Inhale into the top. Hold. Exhale very slowly. Hold it out. Third cycle. Inhale lowest section. Pause. Inhale middle. Pause. Inhale top. Hold it in. Exhale very slowly. Hold it out. On your own, continue 3 more cycles. When you have finished, relax into natural breathing and observe anything you feel. Then take your time lowering your body into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Let your body find a comfortable stillness in which you can close your eyes, continue to breathe naturally, tuning inward, continue to observe. Let your body rest where it is for a few more moments. Just take a moment to observe how your physical body is feeling now. And then start with a very gentle, small movement, like wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe gently stretching your neck. You might even keep your eyes closed. Little by little, wake your body up. Eventually stretching your arms, stretching your legs. And be gentle with yourself. Turn over to your right side and rest your head first. Pause there and observe your breathing. How does your energy feel now that you can notice in the breath? And then as you're ready, slowly lift your body up. Find a way to sit that is comfortable in which you can meditate in for 5 minutes. And though it's comfortable, make sure your spine is tall so you invite an alertness to your mind. You may want to place your hands in a mudra. One that I often practice to concentrate with is to stack the right palm face up on top of the left palm and let the thumb tips touch, but do what works for you. And you might continue closing your eyes or steadying a gentle gaze downcast. And if it helps, start by resting your attention on the feeling of the breath naturally coming and going. And from there, practicing noticing whatever arises in any form, thoughts, stimuli, emotions, feelings, sensations, without having to get too involved in what you're observing. You're just observing one thing and another thing and feeling the presence of your breath. Notice where your attention is now. Continue to rest it in the present moment. Now observe how your mind feels. Notice any emotions you might be experiencing right now. Taking a moment to observe the effects of your yoga practice. Now, as we bring our practice to a close, I invite you to acknowledge something you feel gratitude for. Then revisit your intention for this practice. And remember to whom you dedicated it to. Together, as we close, chanting Om 3 times, feel the feeling, the energy, the vibration, the resonance that you have cultivated to your practice, that we have cultivated together. And imagine you're singing that out to share with the life around you, as well as integrating it within the cells of your being. Let's prepare to chant Om 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Bowing in. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.